your question, because you just said something interesting. You said if the person behaves yourself. There's a topic that I found very controversial in dating and marriage and relationship in general. It's the 50-50 concept, right? The idea that in a marriage or in a relationship, that the responsibility, especially around the financial aspect of things, should ideally be split between the man and the woman, especially if the woman is kind of like making money, earning an income. This concept is a very divisive one because different people have like different opinions about it. Let me ask you straight up, what's your opinion on the 50-50 concept? Let's truth.
I don't believe in 50-50.
Voila.
I don't believe in 50-50. I feel like it's subjective. I think it's subjective. I don't believe in 50-50. I feel like there's some certain areas that the woman will give 70, the man will give 30. Sometimes the man will give 70, the woman will give 30, but never 50-50, honestly. And that's because there are certain things that are just natural.
So you said there are some instances the woman will give 70, the man will give
30.
The man will give 30.
Yeah.
And there are some instances the man will give
70.
30, the woman will give, the man will give 30 and the woman will give 70. And then the woman gives 70 and then the guy gives 30.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm confused.
Okay, so
can you tell me again?
Okay, so let's say finances.
Okay, you're talking in general terms now, not just finances. We're talking about finances. We're talking about finances.
Okay, let's talk about finances.
The man and the woman, they're both earning money, right?
Oh, okay, just
the concept that, say for example, there's rent to be paid, there's school fees to be paid, or whatever bill to be paid, and the man is saying, "Shorty, I need you," or "Wifey, let's work on this together. Let's split the responsibilities." 50. So you bring your part, I bring my part, and then we make things, work. Is that a problem for you?
Well, it's not a problem per se. So if my man somehow is not able to provide fully in the house and I have money, okay, so me personally, I'm that type of girl that I just don't let you do everything. It's just a personal thing. I just don't let you do everything. I'm always going to chip in here and there. But make no mistakes, I love to be babied. I love to be spent on. I like my man doing things. But if he doesn't have the capacity to do things at, certain situations, I don't mind. I don't mind putting in my money.
Did you grow up in Lagos?
Mind. Yes, I grew up in Lagos.
Okay.
I don't mind putting in my money. So I think that 50-50, I don't have a problem with it. But if 50-50 is the plan for everything, no, I don't agree with that. No.
Okay, what does everything mean? Like, what other things fall into it? Like,
okay, let's say every year that we need to pay house rent.
Yes.
50-50. Why?
That's what I was going to get to.
Why?
I think women who say they're fine with 50-50, they put a caveat that they don't say like publicly. The caveat is 50-50 if you're like using style to like beg me to contribute. But the moment you make it a obligation, that's where the problem is going to come in. like don't tell me I have to contribute every year for rent. Like, beg me, serenade me, like, baby, I don't have any lot, can you just chip in? That is when they are ready to do 50-50.
I think I consider myself somebody that pays attention to details. And I can tell when my man is probably down financially, and I'll just chip in. Sometimes you might not even know I was the one that did it. Because I feel like it's an ego thing for a lot of men that see themselves as providers.
Okay.
I think it's an ego thing. So I try as much as possible not to even sometimes make you know it was me, or sometimes know the particular amount I spent on that thing.
Okay.
I just like, it's cheap.
Yeah.
But I know that it was big, but no, it's not really expensive.
Okay, so you don't like the man that gives the Andrew Tate vibes, like he has to be the one providing, like, and all. Yeah, that's cool. And I like where you're coming from, lady. Yeah, you're coming from a very reasonable standpoint, but we see a lot of, I mean, you know the way social media is now. Social media is just changing people's lives for the worse though, not
not for the better.
Yeah, because they think like, well, whatever they hear or whatever they see on social media has to be the standard, and the people that are saying these things, the people that are giving these ideas and all, most of the time their life is horrible.
Yeah.
But maybe the guy is punching them to stupor at home, and but I mean, I like where you're coming from. And I think for me, if I'm going to look at it, is there shouldn't even be a reason to say, well, okay, are you doing 50-50 or why am I doing 50-50? Is the guy, upward mobile? Is he working? Is he trying to, make something out of his life? And then if the lady too, I mean, is working and all, you guys can just, I really don't think if you really, I mean, and that's the thing, if you love somebody, what do? You want to make sure that they are good. You want to make sure that they're fine. Yes. You want to make sure you provide for them. You make sure that things are kind of like going well. And it's a reciprocity. The lady too is doing the same. But I mean, you hear stories of women like, or maybe like after 10 years, after 15 years, they built a house and the husband doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
crazy.
Straight from the pit of Hades.
Yeah.
For women that do things like that. Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous. For that, that's really ridiculous.
The level of distrust, that is oozing from that type of relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You don't even want, I mean, for me, and that's why the thing with it is that if you're getting into a relationship, one of the things I always tell people is sit down. Mano a mano. Talk to the person. Like, what's up? Are we in it for real? Or no. So you guys shouldn't have anything outside that you are not seeing and the guy doesn't know or the girl doesn't know.
But the thing is that do men communicate?
Well, also,
men, you are terrible at communicating.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What do you mean by communicating?
No, I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying because, except of course, if you are a different breed, you are breed in a different type of way. If you are Andrew Tate type of man,
what's your
if
problem?
You don't have money, if you don't have money,
you're a wasted man.
If you don't have money,
you're a waste of mass and energy.
Andrew Tate that says he wants to sit at home, like provide for everything.
Exactly.
He wants to just sit there, cook for him, and do that.
Give me children.
Give me children and all.
But that's like the Igbo man vibe though.
That's
like
the
style,
if you look at Andrew Tate, if you look at his what do they call this thing when you try to trace the lineage and stuff? Yeah. What's it called? If you look at it, you say ancestry, you say Andrew Tate has a lot of Igbo.
Bro, the Igbo men, like they're not trying to be on that 50-50 shit. They want it 100%.
No, but the thing with the Igbo guys is, man, those guys, you can't beat them when it comes to working.
They also hard, bro.
They work their ass off, like,
I don't know why they work that hard.
They do it to provide, really. They do it to provide. It's a thing of pride to them and all. Yeah. And I think also it kind of shortchanges the lady. Because to them, I'm the man. I have to make sure that I provide for you.
Yeah.
So, if the lady is somebody like you, for instance, that's a creative that wants to write, that wants to blow someone,
they don't like that kind of stuff. Nah, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here. We're not going to dress like this. This is what I'm now. We're not going to dress like this. I know. Yeah, and then you are creative. You just want to be expressive. You just want to be yourself and all. Yeah. So it's always very good to kind of.
I think I had a problem one time like that with somebody, and he had a problem with the fact that
you guys were kicking it. You guys had something going.
Yes, he had a problem with the fact that cause my job, I go out a lot. There are events I attend, way till late in the evening. And I think at the point he had a problem with it, but I had to, cause one thing about me, I am going to be stern and tell you this is it. If you don't want it, come and go.
To the left.
I tell you straight up. Everything I don't do because you're being nice to me, or because you give me money, or because the love is so sweet. I'll tell you this is it. If you don't want, you go. And I think I sort of like told him. And
but are you not also looking at it from the point of like caring for you? and trying to be like protective of you and doesn't want you to like kind of like be shifting
go over the edge.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. That's true. I think, but it's the fact that you're telling me, oh, don't go, just stay home. Can't someone else go for you? And you know that this is my job. If I'm going there strictly work, I'm going to go there and come back home.
And it is giving narcissistic vibe, right?
Exactly. So I had to like straight up tell him. And I think after that, it just sort of like calmed down. I think sometimes some people, some of these Igbo men, they will do those things. And it's the girls that will not tell them that, oh, no, this is it. They'll be dying in silence. Exactly. So I think some of them is the girls that enable them. In as much as, yes, so Igbo men, not all, but some, most, let me say most, you know, they're like that. But I believe that if you put it to them in plain terms, plainly tell them, this is it. You cannot just like control where I go and all. Trust me enough to know that I'm going there for work and I'm coming back home. When I get there, I'll call you. I'm here. You get, don't tell me, oh, just sit home. You don't really have to go. Why? I will go.
You will go.
Yes.